What do you have there? What do you have there? What are you gonna do with all that? Good morning, guys. I just woke up not too long ago, and I got a DJI for Christmas. So I am super happy because this camera is so cool. I think it's gonna help me a lot just for the fact that it's so easy to just pull out and film, and also like when I'm in the gym, I don't have to worry about everybody looking at me because I'm bringing out a big ass camera. And the quality on this thing is pretty sweet. So what I want to talk to you guys about today specifically is not only my diet and the supplements that I take, but kind of like my routine. Because as of late, everything has been going very smoothly. This past week, I've been trying to stay off my phone as much as possible as well. But what I noticed is a few big factors. So I feel like if you're like an OG, you would know that my sleep sometimes isn't the best. Like, I try my best to make it as good as possible. And it's not that it's bad, but sometimes I'll get like crazy dreams and then I'll wake up feeling like just wrecked. And I think right now I have a solution for that. And also what I'm eating right now is just like perfect for me. Like mental clarity, just everything feels peak. So what I've been doing, well, right when I wake up, right, I'll shave, I'll fix my bed, do like whatever I have to do, and then I'll get into some fasted cardio. And somebody came up to me while I was doing cardio yesterday at the gym and was like, hey bro, like, do you think I should be doing cardio even though I'm bulking? And I think regardless of what your goal is, cardio is very important because one, not only is cardio just good for overall health and longevity, but also I feel like when you do make that transition into cutting and you want to do more aggressive cardio, you will already have that foundation built and it's going to be a lot easier for you to make that transition. And I think just cardio in general is really, really good for you. And yeah, it also helps with your appetite, your hunger. But when I do my fasted cardio, I kind of have like a few things that I just have like this little stack of, I guess, supplements, but also just like tools that I feel like help. I'm gonna show you guys what I got. Okay, so right here is like my main stack for like the morning, what I put in my Hilo mix, and pretty much what it is a hydration stick from Gorilla. I have creatine, so the creatine I only take if I know I'm not going to be taking any like Gorilla Mode Nitric, because this stuff already has creatine in it. If I know I'm going to lift and I'm going to want pump product, I will not put in the creatine. But since I'm not lifting today, it's a rest day, maybe throwing a scoop of that in there, 5 grams. And I do put L-carnitine. I have these nasal strips. I think these are the very standard, like cheap ones. There's a lot better options on Amazon, but I think these definitely help a lot. You're doing your cardio before you sleep. It just helps you get more oxygen into your body. So yeah, and then you do have this. You guys are probably wondering what this is. It is Turkish gum, and basically what Turkish gum is, it's like a very hard, like I can't even squeeze it. It's very hard gum, so it's very difficult to chew, and supposedly helps with your jawline. I mean, honestly, for me, I just like chewing on something while I'm doing cardio. It kind of keeps me distracted, but I don't know. It might help. And that's pretty much everything I take before I do my cardio. If you do get anything from Gorilla, code Jaydon, Jaydon, to save yourself 10%. And yeah, I'm probably gonna go in the car and kind of talk about like my diet and what else I've been doing.
Cardio is done, and I feel a lot. I'm tired of shit and just a cardio and sauna, but I feel a lot more mental clarity now. And this is take 2, by the way, because I tried recording this before I went into the gym and I just couldn't do it. So the thing that I want to touch on is literally like what just happened right now with like cardio, is that when I do this in the morning, it creates mental clarity for me. Like typically when I start my mornings, they're very slow. Like My brain is lagging. If I was playing a video game, I'd be at like fucking 10 FPS. So my brain is like lagging hard. And I feel like just doing this or doing something that you're not comfortable with or something that puts you within uncomfort within like the first hour of you waking up is going to unlock that for you. And also, when you're doing it, you want it to be difficult. Before, I would go on walks in the morning. They're very calm, and I think that's a very good thing. I think walks are great. I transition my walks into nighttime, so I'll do this. I'll aim to burn about 300 calories, 250 to 300, but usually I'll get to 250. I'm like, why the fuck would I stop now when I made it this far? And also, when I do cardio and it gets very difficult mentally, it's kind of messed up, but I imagine that I'm held hostage and that if I don't finish, somebody that I love will die. So like, I have to do it. I just force myself. I make that my mentality. And also, when I do the sauna after, I go in for 10 minutes, just 10 minutes. And my main goal is to just detach from everything. I take off my headphones, put my phone in my pocket, or locker if you use a locker. And what I do specifically is I focus on my breathing. I like to go in the morning because sometimes when you go later, there's people talking, people are loud, but usually the morning people at the gym are pretty calm. So you go in, completely detached, close your eyes. I do like a breathing meditation, if you will. And pretty much what I do, I breathe in for 3 seconds, I hold for 3 seconds, breathe out for 3 seconds, hold for 3 seconds, and just repeat that for 10 minutes and just try to clear my mind and simply focus on that. And when you open your eyes after all of that, you just feel refreshed, like a new person. This is just stuff that helps me, and I figure I'd share with you guys because I think that has been a big part. Obviously, not everybody has the time in the morning to do it, and I really suggest, if you don't have the time, if you can, adjust your sleep schedule so you can wake up an extra hour early so you can do this, because I think you're just going to feel a lot better throughout your day. You're going to feel more productive, and you're just going to be more motivated to get shit done, and you're going to feel happy throughout your day. I think I've said this before, but how you start your mornings can determine your whole day. If you have a shit morning where you're just lazy, unproductive, sitting in bed rotting, it's okay to do that. Like every now and then it's okay to do that. But typically when you do that, you're not that productive throughout the day. Or you just wasted 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours of your life fucking around, not doing shit. So anyway, that's kind of my take on that. At least from a mental standpoint, that's the main reason I do it. Mental and obviously for longevity. I think also, every now and then you should throw in something that you're not used to within your workout routine. You could change it up just to throw you off, get you in an uncomfortable position, because uncomfort is the key to growth. Remember that. To shower, but before I do, I figured I'd share with you guys what I do for my hair, because it's been like the longest, you guys have been asking for like the past year, and I don't do anything too special, but there are 3 important steps. First thing is, you don't want to shampoo your hair often. Personally, I shampoo my hair once a week at most. Sometimes it's every 2 weeks. And then I will wash my hair with water probably every like 2 to 3 days. And then I'll shampoo like once a week or every 2 weeks. And then when you wash your hair with water, you want to put in this Hydrate Plus Repair Multi-Action Leave-In Conditioner by She Moisture. You pick it up on Amazon, it's pretty chill. You'll put that in while your hair is wet. You'll just apply it, you spray it in, apply it all around, scrunch it up. And then you let your hair air dry. And then with the shampoo, I use the She Moisture Daily Hydration Shampoo, but you don't use it daily. So not use that daily, but you'll just put it in when you wash your hair 2 to 4 times a month. That's all you need. Just because when you do that, and it sounds nasty, but you're preserving all the natural oils in your hair, and that's what's gonna give your hair that fluffy, curly look. So like today, obviously I sweat, but I'm literally just gonna put this, which is like a little hair thing so my hair doesn't get wet, put this over my head while I shower, and I don't touch it, I don't mess with it, just let it be natural. And then probably like tomorrow I'll wash it with water, and then whenever it's time for me to shampoo, I'll shampoo. And every time that I wash it with water, use this, put this in,
you leave it in, and you always air dry your hair. Very important. You have good, curly, healthy hair. My hair can be messy. I don't take the best care of it, but that's what I do for my hair. It's for those who were curious. Now you know. So today's a rest day for me. So ideally what I do on my rest days is I will basically just switch over to an animal-based diet where I get all my carbs from fruits or vegetables comparatively to like starchier things like rice or breads or things like that. And I find that to work the best for me. It makes it a lot easier comparatively to just like being like, okay, I know I want my carb load days to be on my rest days, where I know I'm not going to be training, where I don't need as many carbs. So right now, before anything, whenever I think about the meal that I'm going to eat, I am thinking about two things. I'm thinking about macronutrients, so you got fats, proteins, and carbs. You want to make sure you have somewhat of a balance of everything. And you also want to think about your meal timings as well. So typically, depending on how much you're supposed to eat, I try to divide my meals into 4. I try to eat every 3 hours or so. So this meal, I believe in total, is about almost 800 calories. So 779 calories for the avocado, egg, beef, banana, and half of this, which I'll probably be drinking. And also, you guys have probably been seeing a lot about coconut water, and it kind of allows you to not hold on to as much water so you don't look as watery throughout the day. And then with this meal specifically, I feel like eggs, beef, and avocado just digest really well for me, and also I feel like they're very nutrient rich sources of food. And in the morning you want something that's nutrient rich. You don't want no like processed artificial. I mean, I try to stick primarily to strictly whole foods, but especially in the morning I would say keeping a diet of something that's foods that are nutrient rich will help a lot, and foods that your body can digest well. So when we look at the macronutrients of this meal specifically, we got the banana and the coconut water as my main carbohydrate sources. We got the beef and eggs as my main protein sources, and eggs and avocado as my main fat sources. So we have a good balance of everything here, and this is what's going to kickstart my day and be my fuel for the morning. So what I would do differently if I am training, right? I guess it really depends on what time you guys like to train. If you're training at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter as much. But since I do typically train towards the midday, I think it's very important that I get most of my carbohydrates in before then. So on a day that I am training, I would kind of alternate this meal, make it not as fat dense, and turn those fats into carbohydrates. So maybe I'd have like eggs and beef, but instead of avocado, I'd have like toast or like, I don't know, honey, something like that. That can be an alternative. So when I do train, I do have as much carbohydrates in me as possible. Aside from what you guys saw earlier, the main supplements I take in the morning, there's only 3 that I've been taking, and I feel like this is like the essential stack that gets me going. So to start, we have vitamin D3 and K2. K2, basically what it does, it allows your vitamin D3 to activate a lot better. So when you do get vitamin D3, make sure it has K2 with it. And it is also 5,000 IUs of vitamin D. Sometimes I'll take 2. If I'm not going outside that much that day, make sure to take 2. But typically, I'll just have one of these with 5,000 IUs. And then next, I take this beef liver from Gorilla Mind. It doesn't necessarily have to be from Gorilla Mind, but I feel like Gorilla Mind definitely puts really good supplements out there. It definitely maximizes how much you get for what you pay for. 3,000 milligrams of beef liver. This has been a game changer for me. So I've been taking it since November and my energy levels have skyrocketed. Mental clarity skyrocketed. I started in November. I went to Cali, did not take it. Like, I was not on top of supplements. Definitely noticed a big difference, and when I got back and started taking it again, it's been amazing. I highly recommend beef liver, vitamin D3, and then last but not least, I have fish oil. This is just a standard fish oil. I know Gorilla has a way more loaded one than this, but just helps with heart health, and it's just overall a very good supplement. So fish oil, beef liver, and vitamin D3 and K2. That is my morning stack. Okay, now we're on meal number 2, and with the leftover beef that I had from last meal, which is about, so I had 6 ounces of beef last meal. This is about 8 ounces. I made a cheeseburger bowl. So what I do, get 2 pieces of raw cheddar. I will put in some tomatoes, spinach in this case, sometimes lettuce, and then I'll toss some ketchup on there, and you'll get a relatively healthy cheeseburger bowl. It's pretty damn good. So another main topic that I kind of touched up on being what your diet looks like on your rest day. More often than not, it's going to look a lot different. Not even a lot different, but a bit different compared to your training days. So obviously, as I said, on my rest days, I try to eat primarily animal based, cutting out most of the carbs except fruits and vegetables. That's where I get my carbohydrate sources from. And typically for meal 2 on my training days, this would be like a yogurt bowl with a bunch of carbs like fruits, honey, rice cakes, things like that, because meal number 2 is usually my pre-workout meal. What a typical training day would look like for me would be like a breakfast similar to what we had prior. Maybe I'd add like some toast or some potatoes or something like that, and then I'd have a pre-workout meal. My go-to pre-workout meal is just a Greek yogurt bowl, honey, fruit, rice cakes, some peanut butter, a little bit of chocolate chips even if I'm feeling a little bit of a sugar tooth. And then after, my post-workout meal will just be the remainder of whatever beef I have from the day. And then I'll finish the day with a protein-heavy meal. But overall, lunch is pretty simple. Just a cheeseburger bowl right now. I guess you'd consider this lunch being my meal too. And I do have some of this coconut water still. So what I do, by the way, with this, I get a 32 ounce bottle and just sip on it throughout the day. Make sure I get it in by the end of the day, and I think that's pretty sufficient. Another good source of potassium too is carrots. So if you like carrot juice or carrots, that is another great source. Kiwis, bananas, things like that. But I'm gonna enjoy this meal and then I'll come back to you guys with meal number 3. Okay, so I just finished eating, but I kind of forgot that I should be giving you guys like the exact spread of my macros for my rest days and training days. So typically on my rest days, I will be having 40% protein, 40% fat, 20% carbs, and then on my training days, more often than not, unless I'm having a medium carb day, it will be 50% carbs, 30% protein, and 20% fat. And then if I'm having a medium carb day where it's 40, I will match the protein with the carbohydrates, so it'll be 40, 40, 20 again. And for my last meal, it's pretty boring. It's just 8 ounces of ground turkey that I had left over, but I didn't really talk for the yogurt bowl just because I was watching Don to Don. I was finishing up season 1. If you watch anime and you haven't watched it, pretty good show. It's different, but it's nice. Anyway, kind of want to elaborate on my yogurt bowl for my last meal. I have a sweet tooth and I oftentimes crave sweet things, so I had that. And yogurt bowls are very high in protein and very nice. Like, they're very sweet. You can toss some protein powder if you want. For this instance specifically, I put on 32 ounces of peanut butter and I put on some chocolate chips as well, and I chopped up a banana. For this meal, pretty much I'm just trying to reach the rest of my protein goal and have something that's low in fat, because I already did damage with like peanut butter, the beef from earlier, eggs, avocado, all of that. So just want to have a good balance throughout your day. Obviously, you want to try to keep your meals as balanced as possible, but this is literally just 8 ounces of ground turkey and sriracha mayo. And overall, what I want you guys to grasp from this whole video, especially with the food part, is that dieting is not hard. You literally just have to pick a few foods that you can eat every day. Foods that your body will digest properly and well, and you literally just rinse and repeat. You can have fun with foods. Obviously, it doesn't have to be as boring as a day like mine. Sometimes I'll throw in like sweet potatoes, I'll bake them,
put different seasonings on them. You don't have to be completely like black and white, like a bowl of ground turkey, you know? But at the same time, you just want to kind of find a structure for yourself and kind of find a balance with your macronutrients and know when to eat them and when not to. If you guys have any questions, by the way, I may not be the best at explaining certain things, leave them in the comments. I'll try to get back to as many people as possible. I haven't been the best at responding to DMs lately, so comment section should be pretty accessible for me. And make sure that the increments and timings of when you're eating is appropriate, and then also make sure that the foods you are eating are relatively structured and foods that you can digest well and just process well. So that's pretty much it for my day of eating. Today I'll leave up my like macros and calories and all that. As I said, I'm pretty much in a deficit at this point, so it won't be too high. Probably had about 2,400 calories. I'll put in all the calculations. If you don't have MyFitnessPal or like a tracking app, get that because it helps a lot. And get a scale. Scales are like $10 on Amazon. You don't need a fancy scale or anything like that, because when you know what you're putting into your body, it's almost like when you're working out and you're tracking your workouts. I never really track my workouts, but for like the past few weeks I've been doing it, and I'm already starting to notice way more progress just because I know what I'm doing every time and I'm not just going in every session guessing. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have a workout for this video. Kind of just want to try something new and also just be a bit more informative and authentic with you guys, and it just feels very nice I have this camera. So expect more videos like this in the future. And yeah, and I do have some trips coming up that I'm pretty excited for, so keep you guys posted with that. One more thing I forgot to mention, make sure that you have at least a gallon of water in by the end of the day. I think that's very important. There's an aqua jug on Amazon. You type in aqua jug, it's half a gallon. Drink 2 of those a day. Try to crush 1 in the morning, try to crush the other in the evening. You'll be good. But water is really important, so don't forget that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys were able to gain something from this video. The time you're probably watching this is about to be New Year's, so make sure you guys are ready and prepared and you start the new year off right. But happy New Year's, happy holidays, have a good day, guys.